Hello, and welcome to a visual discussion of carbon dioxide and climate change. Let's start out by looking at the atmosphere, the air that we breathe. Our atmosphere is mostly nitrogen, shown in blue here, about 80%, 20% oxygen, and about 1% trace elements, such as argon, methane, and neon. Up here, we are looking at CO2, or carbon dioxide, as it is also known, same stuff. Carbon dioxide is important because it is said to be a greenhouse gas. That is, it absorbs heat and warms the planet. So because that's important to our climate, we want to look at that in greater detail. So let's zoom in on that. Okay, this green area shows all the carbon dioxide contained in the atmosphere, all the carbon dioxide for the plants and the animals. And this red area shows man's contribution to carbon dioxide. That's all the countries in the world for a whole year. That's China, Russia, Europe, United States, everybody for a year's time. That includes all the cars, trucks, airplanes, all the power plants, the factories, all these different things that man does is included in this red area shown right here. Not very easy to see when you look at the big picture, but it's there. It is, although you can see it is a very, very small amount. And it's a bit of a stretch to believe that that small amount of carbon dioxide can actually affect the world's weather. Okay, so how does CO2 affect global temperatures? Let's see how that really does work. If we look here, here's a graph going back 600 million years, and it shows both temperature and CO2. The blue trace here is temperature, and the black trace here shows the level of CO2. So here is the amount of CO2 in parts per million, and this shows the temperature in degrees Celsius. As you can see, there are times when CO2 spiked up, temperature remained constant. Here's a time when temperature took a big dive, CO2 actually rose a little bit. This happens quite a bit. You really can't see much correlation between the two. It seems, at least from looking at this graph, that there really isn't any correlation between global temperatures and carbon dioxide levels. Temperature and CO2 levels are not higher than normal. A lot of people would have you believe this, but when you look at the data, it's simply not true. For example, we can go here, look at the temperature graph. We're at around 12 degrees C, or maybe even a little lower, and that's on the low end of the scale here. Generally, temperatures are about 5 degrees warmer than today. And Earth did not run away and turn into a Venus-like planet during the last 500 million years. Generally, we are a little bit cooler, although the Earth is warming up since the last ice age. For the last 12,000 years, ice ages having occurred on Earth hundreds of times. Here is CO2. Currently, CO2 levels are about half of their average levels. In fact, here was a time 500 million years ago when CO2 levels were 15 times higher than today. And again, no major catastrophe occurred. Temperature did not rise. Everything has stayed okay. So temperature and CO2 at these levels is nothing to worry about. Global climate change has been occurring for millions of years, a natural cycle between ice ages and warm periods. It's important to recognize these facts when discussing public policy. Actions that are not grounded in good science could lead to unintended consequences, such as economic depression or even famine. This begs the question, what is the scientific consensus on global warming? In other words, do all scientists agree that we must take drastic action to prevent global catastrophe? Well, actually, no, there is no scientific consensus. Many scientists believe that drastic action is necessary, but many scientists do not believe that drastic action is necessary. They don't believe action is necessary because CO2 is not the main cause of global warming. 9,000 PhD scientists have signed this petition stating that CO2 is not the main cause of global warming, that global warming is a natural cycle, not man-made. Now, if CO2 is not the cause, then removing CO2 or even eliminating it is not going to be the solution. The Earth is the only planet we have. Wise stewardship is absolutely necessary for future generations. Thanks for watching.